Alright then, so this project is complete now, but I still want to show you one more thing, and that is the ternary operator. So the ternary operator in JavaScript gives us a way to check a certain condition to see whether it's true or false, and then return one of two values dependent on that condition. For example, if it's true, return a certain value. If it's false, return a different value. Now, if we look at this where we're checking the daytime status, this is kind of like the same thing. We're checking a certain condition. If that condition is true, we're assigning a certain value to time source. If it's false, we're assigning a different value to time source. So that's a similar kind of thing. The ternary operator just allows us to write this in a much more concise way. So let me show you the syntax first of all of how this works. First, we create some kind of variable. I'm going to call this result, and we set it equal to a condition, first of all, that is going to evaluate to either true or false. That could be something like this. Then we do a question mark, and that's kind of like asking the question. What is the result of this condition? Is it true or false? Now, dependent on the outcome, we're going to return one of two values, which is then going to be stored in this variable. Now, the first value is going to be after the question mark, so that could be like value 1, it could be a string, it could be a number, etc. We've just said a string right here, and then we do a colon, and then we do the other value, so value 2, for example. So the way this works is that this condition is evaluated. If that condition evaluates to true, then we're going to return this value on the left side of the colon, and that value is then going to be stored in result. So let me show you this. I'm going to console.log the result right here, and in fact we're going to take this out of the update UI function, so we don't have to make a request to do this. I'm going to place it at the bottom, so we should automatically see that log to the console. Save it, and we can see value 1, and that's because this is true, so it returns the left value to this variable when this evaluates to true. If it's false, then it returns the right value to this variable. So let me save it and check this out, and now we can see value 2. So we're going to apply this ternary operator to this thing right here. So now let me comment all of this junk out. We're not going to do the if check anymore, and instead of setting time source equal to null, now I'm going to set it equal to some condition first of all, which is going to be this thing. That's our condition for this ternary operator. That's going to return either true or false. Add the question mark after it. If it's true, we want to return this value right here and set that equal to time source. So we'll place that there, then a colon, and if it's false, we want to return this value, which is the night source, like so. So now we're doing exactly the same thing as this, only on one line using the ternary operator. Much more concise. So now we could delete all this and save it, and it's going to still work exactly the same. We're getting the source that we want, either this or this, dependent on this condition, and we're setting that source right here. So let me save it and check this out. I'm going to come to the import and type New York, press enter, and now we can see this still works.